When I wake up in the morning and the minutes in the morning, and then I'm gonna lift some weights. Then I go to the store and get something to eat. And at the end of the day, I'm gonna beast her cheeks. It's alright, cause it's Baba Tuesday. Yeah. Love your punk ass.
Highway shut down somewhere. I can complain about the traffic, but I always think about the families involved. Truck wrecks often cause way more damage than accidents involving cars alone.
Hey! Hey! Good morning, everybody. How you guys doing today? It is February the 5th, 2016. I am your host, Baba Tuesday, on another episode of Morning Edition, Car Chronicles. You know how I do it. I'm just trying to give you uplifting, positive energy most of the time. And try to tell you my POV about life. But anyways, today is hot. It's heating up. I got the AC on, the music blaring. Before I start anything, I want to give thanks to my creator. Thank you for waking me up today, and thank you for giving me the knowledge not to get swept up into all this political bullshit. Damn news. The only time I watch news is when I'm doing cardio, when somebody wants to turn it to damn Fox News or CNN or something. I don't want to see this shit. To be honest with you, I don't see it. But I have a whole total different view than a lot of people. But anyways, I don't want to get into that bull. My sister graduated from nursing school today. Congratulations. I love you, sis. I love you, boo-boo. You'll see her on some of my Snapchats and shit whenever I'm around her. Let's see. Did about 40 minutes of Stairmaster, and then I did like this jump rope, high knee, hit training, cardio, jump rope for another 15 minutes. So I got my cardio in today. I'm probably going to lift. Do I got my pre-workout? Yeah, so I'm probably going to lift later today around maybe 5 o'clock, and then I'm gonna start working on my TV show. Alright, so let's talk more about relationships. Let's say you are in a relationship and it's brand new. Some of the things you need to talk about might be uncomfortable, but if this is not just something that you're just gonna hit one day, you don't really see this going anywhere, then you probably don't want to even listen to this shit. But if you actually fell in love and you think this is the one, here are some things that you probably need to talk about with your significant other. One, I would say, talk about your goals. Group goals, because this is a teamwork. People say, okay, we're 1-on-1, we're gonna come together as one. No, you are two individuals coming together, making two. You know what I mean? Because the way I see like two people coming together to make one, that means, yeah, you are sacrificing a lot, but you're taking a lot away from you. No, you want to grow. You want to find somebody to grow with you. So first thing, goals. What are their goals? What are your goals? Right? And then you match those goals together, right? Then you have group goals. So you talk about individual goals, and then you talk about group goals, right? You want to be on the same page about that, because maybe my goals is, hey, I don't want a child until I make so much money and I can move into a place, because I don't want my child to live into an apartment or whatnot, right? Maybe my goals is to, travel a lot and do all this stuff, and you might be like a homebody, you don't want to travel with me. Another thing to talk about is places you want to explore. And no, I'm not talking about during sex, technically. There's a lot of places that you can explore on each other. No, I'm talking about in this world. Like if you're traveling and you're used to living out of a suitcase, right? You probably have to find somebody who is compatible with you, that you could take to places that won't ruin your business. Like me, I'm around a lot of honey dips, right? But I'm not saying like I bang them all or anything like that. No, but at the same time, I do a lot of business with a lot of attractive people, and I can't have a significant other. I can't have her feeling uncomfortable and ruining my business decisions and my business plans because they are uncomfortable, right? It's not like, and of course I'm going to talk about boundaries and everything. That's another thing you talk about, but I'm not going to do anything to jeopardize my happy home, you know, and that goes vice versa. I got to be vice versa, you know. She might be around, you know, some attractive dudes and even some attractive lesbian chicks, but you know, I can't sweat it in business, right? Boundaries, limits, because I don't care who you are, unless you are very submissive, which I can't handle a submissive person. You got to talk about boundaries, right? Because everybody is going to test to see how far they're going to go. And I'm a good dude. I have patience, but sometimes I have a short fuse. I know that doesn't sound like correct, but yes, like if you do something that I believe that is common knowledge not to do, and you do that shit, I'm done, right? I am done. Especially like not telling me something and you're assuming like what made you think that was okay, you know? So common sense, you know, common sense and boundaries. Another thing is money. There's a lot of people out there that just, they live above their needs and they just buy shit up. They don't know how to, I'm not saying be cheap, but they just blow money on dumb shit. Like, damn, if you have a hobby that's not making you money technically, and you're just buying shit, and you're collecting shit, and you probably not gonna sell that shit and make a profit out of it, and you just keep on just doing meaningless, dumb stuff, buying just the next best thing all the time, and that will cause money issues, then I'm not really gonna be fucking with you. I probably still will, tell you the truth, but you won't be like my girl or anything like that. You'll, you know, just be somebody on the team, or vice versa. I'll be on your team. I'm a good side dude. I will not bug you. I will not text you. You hit me up. If I'm free, I'm coming through. No questions, no bed talk. If you want bed talk, yeah. But I'm not gonna tell you none of my business, but I'll definitely bed talk with you. But yeah, let's see what else. You can talk about politics, especially like if you're really going to be in a relationship. Politics and religion or spirituality is way important for me. Like politics, listen man, I'm about the people. I'm gonna just put it like that. Like I don't get caught into any other propaganda or whatnot, because there's a lot of things going on that is being overlooked, and it's just jaw-dropping. Like as a human, it's just jaw-dropping. So I don't really, like, it doesn't bother me, but I'm not really a bit on it. As long as you're not ignorant or whatnot. Spirituality, that's a big thing. Like there's been a lot of chicks that I took 3 steps back. My fallout game was on point because I knew and or they presented like their religious point of view that is going to stop me from doing what I'm doing, or they're gonna feel guilty after doing certain stuff. Listen man, I am not going to go against anybody's God or anything like that. Listen, I'll just find somebody else that, you know, that is more compatible with me. The last thing I want to do is get in like war, like people have died over religion, right? And spirituality. People have died over that shit, and like, listen, your pum pum is not that, like, not, it's not to the point where I am going to go against my own code of getting between somebody's religious values. Like at the end of the day, like I don't want you to wake up one morning, you have grass stains on your knees, you have a weird taste in your mouth, your clothes is on the cellophane, and you got fishing line tied around your nipples. I don't want you to wake up and feel guilty, right? So there's no reason to even go there with you. I'm just gonna fall back and just do what I do and find somebody else who is on the same level. I will be right back. This is John Legend? Nope, this ain't motherfucking John Legend. We back at it. I had to stop at Walmart I got some steak and some rice and some flavored water for today. I'm eating a whole potato today too. I'll split it in half though. All right, so where were we at? Where were we? Where were we? Thank you. Let me get the man this. All right. So relationships, right? So another thing that you need to talk about, let's say family. Talk about family, because a lot of things that happen in your significant other past is going to tell or kind of determine more or less how they are going to be in a relationship. Like if you're with a chick and she has daddy issues, daddy was never there, then she might have been a hoe at one point of her life. More of a, I wouldn't even say hoe, let's say more of promiscuous than most chicks, because I believe that most chicks have that promiscuous stage in their life, and then they cut it off depending on, you know, if they have daddy issues or not. But most likely if they have daddy issues, they're more promiscuous than others, right? So yeah, stuff like that. Were they close to the dad? If they were close to the dad, then they're hipped on a lot of game. And if you're a man that runs a lot of game, she probably ain't gonna deal with that shit. And she probably understands like how dudes are. You know what I mean? Did she have a happy home? Was she abused? Mentally, sexually, like things like that. I know it's uncomfortable, but you gotta talk about that shit. And if anything happened to you, you gotta talk about that too. Like, it's crazy, because this is like when you really find someone, because I mean, some people just tell you everything off the bat. It's like they post up all their personal shit like on Facebook or something. Listen, it takes time for me to trust you, to tell you everything that happened in my life. So that shit's gonna take time. So this is like relationships, it's gonna take time. So piece by piece, don't try to get everything all at once, especially if she feels uncomfortable. If she feels compelled to tell you everything all at once, then you gotta kind of think like, and just in the back of your mind, like, okay, thank you for telling me all this, but like, are you the type of person that's just gonna tell all your business all at once and shit? And pick up on if he or she like talks about their ex bad or whatnot. Like, are they gonna talk, like if you're going through a rocky stage, is he or she going to talk about you to her friends or whatnot? These are just things that you need to pick out too. So we have family. Let's talk about values, right? We're talking about family and past, because I mean, you gotta talk about your past too. You know what I mean? It's just all about communication, and I'm gonna wrap that up with that. But values, right? You can be a good person but have fucked up values, right? Or values that don't complement your values, right? You can be all down with, positivity, spirituality and stuff like that, but then you can your values might not correlate with your significant other. For instance, like I was with a chick. She was all down with like the spirituality. Cool. But she so happens that she thinks that doing cocaine was good. Like, she didn't see anything wrong with that. Me, on the other hand, I'm not about that life. You know what I mean? And I just knew that shit wasn't gonna work out. You know, it's just weird. It was just weird to me. Not saying that, you know, people who do coke is crazy and stuff. Maybe, but it's just not my thing. You know what I mean? So your own values, your own code of conduct, you got to compare notes. But that's like if you are really in a relationship, because I think a lot of people don't even know what a real relationship is, right? Like, don't get me wrong, I talk about being a savage and, like, you know, not necessarily like banging all these chicks or whatnot, because to me, like, the JJ to me is not a hot commodity, because I've hunted and gathered so much in my life that, like, I'm all about focusing on myself and positioning myself so I can live a more glorious life. And I can't do that by chasing booty all the time. I just why chase that? Why chase after it when it can come to you? Because whenever you're more successful, you're put on a different pedestal, because that's how society is set up. And I figured that out a long ass time ago. Thank you, Bill Bellamy, How to Be a Player. Thank you, Bill Bellamy, How to Be a Player. I learned that, like, yo, just let it come to you. You don't have to chase around. It's fun and it's exciting, but my time costs, right? And I can't deal with, you know, a chick being finicky and everything. One moment, for instance, I asked this chick, I was like, yo, like, are you digging me? Because, like, you were kind of coming on strong. I didn't know that. My friend pointed that out. And, because she was saying first I should have known something was up, because she was like, one moment she'll talk to you, the next day she won't. But I just asked, like, are you digging me? Then she was like, oh, you make me feel uncomfortable. Boom, cut you right there. Boom, cut off. I'm not going to show you any more time or attention. Why don't you just go find you a simp and be happy? I don't got time to be playing them games. I do got time for brains. But with that said, I'm going to say this. Listen, learn as much as you can. Become your own guru, because nobody knows your body better than you do. I am Baba Tuesday, and I'm out this mug. Peace.